I want him. I mean...
Alright, that's up and running. I'm just gonna get on my phone, set the name correctly. Of course, the stream's not showing up on my phone yet. Ah, fuck. Broadcast settings. Wonder if I can change the name from here. I can't. Of course not. Do 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 do. There we go. Now I can edit. And share. And then tag John. Okay. "84 hours. Holy shit. Can you tell I play this game a lot? So I'm loading up a save file here that I've already completed on. Well, not completed. I have done the intro a couple of times, prologue, but if you don't use a save point,
Everything
then
that lives is
it doesn't
designed to
actually,
end.
and I'm going to be talking over dialogue.
We are perpetually
If you
trapped
don't actually save,
in a
then
never-ending spiral of life and death.
it doesn't cover you up.
Is this
It doesn't
a
skip the
curse?
prologue next time you start
Or
it up.
some kind of
So I still have to do the
punishment?
prologue every time. I already have the
I often
ending
think
for
about the
dying
God
at
who
the
blessed
prologue,
us with
which is
this
ending
cryptic
W.
puzzle, and
But I
wonder
also
if we'll
have,
ever have the chance to kill him.
Oh, I have a chance to start over fresh. I was basically doing that so I can brush the rust off and get some practice in. Although, I've probably sit through this intro
Yorha
like
Squadron,
4 or
come in.
5 times.
To be here.
Oh, and I
All
have
units
beer.
have penetrated the stratosphere. Autopilot
Yay for beer.
systems green across the board. This is Operator 6-0. All units confirmed. We've passed the 50-kilometer threshold and are proceeding toward the target. Understood. Once you reach their anti-air defenses, proceed to manual attack formation. Then destroy the Goliath-class unit by any means necessary, and gather what data you can. Understood.
God damn, that's loud.
12H down. All units activate manual mode and rely on visuals to evade.
Already engaged. Free movement unlocked.
Origin point of long-range lasers confirmed.
I wonder if I could perfect dodge
11
through
feet
that.
down. Our HO229 cancelers are ineffective.
I'm not gonna try it this run. But I might do an easy run and see if I can
Alert.
perfect dodge
Enemy
through the
unit
laser.
sighted ahead.
Requesting permission to engage.
Permission granted.
Alright, shoot the dudes.
7E down.
dark blue orbs cannot be shot, but they can be meleeed
1D down.
by pressing the light
Assuming
attack button.
captain's duties.
Which means as long as you keep shooting the light red orbs and melee whenever a dark red orb gets near you, you can just not worry about getting hit. Melee is also really good for killing these little dudes. And I just got hit because I'm an idiot.
Multiple surrounding enemy air units
That's not good.
confirmed. Requesting permission to assume mobile configuration. Permission granted.
Shoot the dudes while we're in a cutscene because they don't shoot. Heal up real fast there. Shoot the light red orbs. Melee the dark red orbs. That. Better just get them out of the way so you don't risk accidentally running into them.
Captain, I think... 4B
Okay, shot by the big ass laser.
B to Operator 6-0. All Allied units down. The operation is compromised. Awaiting further orders.
Operator to 2B. We need you to rendezvous with Unit 9S and begin gathering data on the local terrain.
Understood.
Make circles. I have 13 small heals left. 13 and 5 mediums. Yeah, I'd rather have 15. I always hit this first one. I didn't hit this first one. Hello, John. So this one's really easy because you can just stand in one spot and they'll die. Not until the later bit that you actually have to adjust. Not this one. This one. So aim downwards, up, down, up. The hitbox on the gun is actually really surprisingly, what's the word? Generous. So you don't have to worry about getting too close to them. Just firing in their general direction. During camera changes you can't melee. So I hate that particular camera change. Oh, you fuckers. Oh, you fuckers. I've taken way more hits than I should have. So this guy's fun. Just stay back, dodge, and get up in his face and melee him. And he's done. So during that camera change, because you can't melee and there's a lot of dark red orbs from the enemies just prior to it, it's really easy to get hit, and then you're kind of fucked. Also, I think I'm gonna pause.
Activating short-range attack gear.
Once I have control again, I'm gonna pause
Alert. Large enemy
and decrease the volume for
Yes, I'm aware of that.
speech. It's probably confusing. Gotta wait for the black bars to go away. There we go. Tutorial. System. Settings. Sound. Voice volume. Turn that down. Turn that down. There we go. Probably easier to hear now. So these guys, on hard mode, small dudes will wreck your shit. Because there are no iframes. Which means as soon as one of them hits you, you're basically stun locked and then you're just fucked. So the best way to deal with them is dashing heavy attack. Huge amounts of knockback, does great damage, and then you're done. For these little guys, just get up in their face, smack them a couple times. You want to dodge to the side so that you don't get hit like I just did because I'm an idiot. Missed a couple of melee hits on this guy. Then we have the big dude who pops out. Fuck, I'm at 6. I was hoping to go into the boss with at least 10. This guy's fun, so bait out an attack. And some hits. Dodge back. And some hits. And that's it.
Enemies destroyed.
Not quite.
And then this is where shit gets difficult. Because this guy will one-shot you. And And also, I believe he doesn't start taking damage until he actually straightens out, like so. Now he's taking
You
hits.
don't say.
Get up in his face, smack him a few times. The normal light into heavy combo is really good for hitting these guys. Wanna... Dude, shit. You want to move to one side of the battlefield so that he'll kind of focus on that one, and then dodge to the other side once you see him start accelerating towards you. This attack just sucks in general. I don't want to use my pod program at this moment because it locks you in. And the last thing I need is to not be able to dodge. Oh, you fucking kidding me? He's almost dead. Oh, there we go. Got him with my gun. John, it might be because you're killing them faster than I do. It also might be because you're not being aggressive enough. So, the press B to finish, press circle to finish attack is a finisher, but you have to stagger them and knock them down. And the only way you can stagger them is by hitting them. Different weapons have different amounts of stagger. Bigger weapons, like my big sword, stagger a lot more than the small sword. And the big sword on heavy attack will stagger a lot more than it would on light attack. So, this attack staggers a lot. That one also staggers a lot. And this one staggers like a motherfucker. On the other hand, this doesn't do shit for stagger, and this doesn't do shit for stagger. So to knock enemies down, you actually have to get in there and hit them. And then in addition to that, there are chips that increase how much you can stagger enemies, and certain weapons have abilities that increase how much stagger they have. Alright, you fucker, come here. Gotcha, bitch. Whoop! I overshot it. Oh, fuck you. Bitch. Alright, John, what are you saying? Come up in the early game? Yeah. It's mostly in the early game when you're gonna see it. And then in the later game, because you're like level 15 fighting level 20, 25, 30-ish enemies at your point in the game, you're not gonna see it as often. Especially because of how much health they have. Zap those fuckers. These little guys suck, but as long as you keep the gun going to clear out the red orbs, then you're pretty safe. And you just move in. Oh, that guy's already dead. And smack him a couple times. Is there any money over here? Nope. And if you didn't know, you can dodge in midair.
Ma'am?
What is
In
it?
fact, the best way to cover ground, or
Do it.
cover long jumps, is to jump, air dash, and then jump again and hold. And that lets you cover almost every gap in the game. There are a couple gaps where you have to jump, bullet dodge, and then jump again. But they're not as often. These little guys, unfortunately, are really hard to melee. So I can't get up in their face. Small recovery here, I want this. And there's going to be a dude up top that I want to kill. And then I'm going to drop back down and kill the shit tons of little guys. Because at this point, on hard difficulty, the big ass bosses at the end will one-shot you if you're not level 4. And even if you are level 4, I'm just going to have him drop down here. Come on. Come on. There we go. More room to fight him. Even if you are level 4, one shot from the big-ass boss at the end drops you down to like 10% health, but it's better than just being one shot. So it's in my best interest to kill as many enemies as possible. Actually, I should be going this way. How did you do the bullet dodge thing in midair? You jump and then press the shoot gun and jump button at the same time. So this button and this button, jump and press them at the same time. And that's it. So, and you can go dodge, bullet jump, and then that unfortunately counts. What was it again? I think it was jump, dodge, jump, bullet jump, and then that gets you through the absolute longest jumps in the game. Something like that. Yeah, it's jump, dodge, jump, bullet jump. Alright, fuck these little guys. Oh, fuck. I wanted to do this. So, dodge into heavy attack. Just absolutely murders these guys. It's kind of a cheesy tactic, but at this point, with no chips and... oh, fuck that. High ground is not your friend. So it's kind of a cheesy tactic, but like I said, because you have no iframes, it just fucks you up if you don't. So if you just dodge and then heavy attack, you do that. And it's really useful for clearing out a bunch of little dudes. Especially in this area.
Exit confirmed closed.
So open.
Negative.
Oh, you fucker. Wanted to kill that guy first.
Nothing's ever easy.
So we just line them up, laser 3 of them. Survivors get dash heavied. Dash heavied. Dash heavied. And you'll notice that I just have the gun running basically all the time. And there's a couple different reasons. One, it's extra damage. I mean, why wouldn't you get some extra damage? Secondly, it's also because, like, these dudes, as you can see, shooting the red orbs breaks them. So for a lot of enemies, you can just keep shooting at them and it'll nullify, for the most part, it'll nullify getting whacked upside the head by a range. Oh, fuck you. Getting whacked upside the head by a ranged attack. Like, up against these guys. As long as the gun's running, you're pretty safe to get up in their face. And once again, because of how generous the hitbox on the gun bullets are, you can get right up on them, and as long as you're a little off to the left, so that the gun itself is like in line with them, you have a pretty decent chance of not getting hit.
You know, ma'am, I'm glad
I
you're
have
here.
7.
Why?
Scanners like me mostly
fucker.
work alone. Scouting out enemy lines and all that, I don't usually get a partner. It's kind of fun.
The
Emotions are
real
forgiven.
long jump that you have to do,
Sorry, ma'am.
that I just showed
And
you, the
another
jump,
thing,
dash,
stop
jump,
calling me
bullet
ma'am.
jump thing,
Huh?
it's
It's
only really
unnecessary.
applicable for
Alright,
one
then.
particular jump
To
in the
be
game
used.
with a chest with a weapon in it. Aside from that, you almost never need to use it. Your double jump or jump dash double jump is more than good enough for almost every other jump in the game. So unless you're going for 100% completion, you don't really need to know that particular one. And there's going to be a chest over here, which I can't open because that's later in the game type of thing, but it's good to know where it is. Going this way, and then this way, and shoot the dudes. Come on. Come on. There we go, straighten out. Wanted it to straighten out so I could focus down this guy first, and then these two guys. And one survived. Now, enemies, almost every melee enemy in the game telegraphs their melee attacks extremely well. These little guys, for example, their eyes flash red. So as soon as you see that or you hear that, just dodge the fuck away. There's no sense risking it. Enemy attacks almost always have priority over yours, so if you hit them at the same time that they hit you, you're the one who's going to take the hit. They're going to take some damage, sure, but on hard mode, you're going to get staggered and you're probably going to die.
This place sure is big.
Oh, there's no item here this time. Weird.
I guess humans used to use it as a weapons factory, but now it's just crawling with machines. The enemy seems to have repurposed
And this little
the
guy right
facility
here, I
increase
swear to
their
God,
overall
is like a
machine
fucking mini
production.
boss. Because
So
this
if we
guy
don't destroy
always
it, they'll
fucks
just
me up.
keep coming.
Because of the stupid staircase. You fucker. I can't remember if it's... Nope, it's the next hallway. Alright. This bit's gonna suck. I'm just gonna shoot this guy. Let's find if he's not dead yet. Oh, you fucker, I got stuck in a box. Alright. Kill this dude. Kill this dude. Just gonna be aggressive here. 3 little dudes and a big dude are gonna spawn. First thing I want to do is focus down the little dudes. Because they're the most dangerous. The big dudes telegraph their attacks. And they're really easy to dodge. You just bait out a hit, dodge, and then burn them down. Little dudes are the ones that will stun lock you when you're not expecting it. Oh, item. For example, this level 5 dude right here. Bait the attack, dodge, get up in his face. Back up, bait the attack and dodge, and get up in his face. Nothing more to it. I saw a message come up. It's not in chat yet. My phone apparently is lagging with chat. Alright, shoot the dudes. Shoot more dudes.
It's just accessing random.
So this bit's gonna
non-technical
fucking
data
suck.
from the old world.
Because it just drops a fuckload of little guys on you. So what you want to do is laser the first group and dodge heavy. And dodge heavy. And it's basically, it's cheesy as fuck like I said, but it keeps them away from you so you don't accidentally get, you know, fucked. Oh, fucker. And if you dodge heavy too close into them, because it has a wind-up time, they can and will hit you while you're in your swinging animation. So you want to do the attack early. Laser these guys. See, I was too close there. Oh, there we go. Oh. One left. Give me all the money. All the money. Chat. The enemy attacks taking priority takes some getting used to. Yes, it does. Platinum does not fuck around when it comes to difficulty. On normal, it's not that big of an issue. On hard, where it can stun lock you, like, constantly, even the smallest hits stun lock you, it can be a bitch. Well, not just can be, it is. Alright, this little dude can be a dick at times. I'm gonna take his safely. I'm level 3. I was hoping to be level 4 here, but I guess the amount of experience you get is... Oh, no, wait, it's this next room. This is going to push me to level 4. Once again, these guys, dodge heavy attack.
I know.
That was a waste. I should have saved that on for the big group. And same for these guys, dodge heavy attack breaks their shield really well. So dodge heavy. Fighting two of them is slightly different than fighting one. What you really want to do is stagger one of them like that. And some hits. Laser works really well for staggering them and getting in close. Okay, this bit. Last time I played this, there we go. The camera fucked me. The camera went with one orientation, and then at the last second changed it to another orientation, so I took like 3 fucking hits, and it was kind of a dick. So I'm not fucking around this time, I'm just gonna shoot them, and then I'll get the rest of these guys out. Because I don't want the camera to just flip perspective on me and fuck me. The only difficulty in this area is because there's 2 groups, one at top, one at bottom. The ones up top might get to you quick if you don't clear out one side, so you can start burning down the other side. Not a concern. Just be aggressive, shoot them down, keep your gun running to counter out their range shots, and you'll be fine.
I surveyed the entire
Item.
factory, but couldn't find anything resembling our target.
Maybe they, I don't know, moved it somewhere?
Ah, beer.
Is that?
You mean the birds? Yeah,
Open the
there's more
fucking
plants and
box.
animals here than there used to be.
671.
Probably because the environment's
Yeah.
changed.
Not too happy about that, but what can I do? Box isn't here. It's over here. Oh, fuck. Is that another box? Oh, it's just an item. Whee!
There should be another facility across that bridge. It's a bit of a hike, but should we check it out? It's not like Command to get a location wrong. I guess even they get bad intel from time to time, huh?
So I'm going to be skipping cutscenes, just for the sake of expediency. So, although I do fucking love the music here. This fight has some fucking great music.
Doesn't matter.
Alright, so on this one, just pick one side. Dodge over to the other side. You can get in to smack them, but on hard mode, how many times they actually make a circuit from one side to the other changes. It's kind of randomized. Sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. So I'm going to be going this way. As long as you have a pattern down, you can just infinitely perfect dodge. Like so. And it's basically a fucking godsend. There's 3 motherfuckers. Okay, so now I can go into melee. I didn't even get that many hits in. Just gotta get them down to half. There we go. Like I said, perfect dodge is your absolute best friend in this game. Once you get a timing down, it slows down, right? So it does the slow-mo dodge.
Is that?
If you time it so that you're hitting the dodge button at the same time that the, like, dodge sound ends, you can start another dodge. So as long as you're in contact with an attack like this one, you can just keep chaining constantly as long as you can maintain the tempo. This song, by the way, is, well, fuck, I know this song. Okay, are you gonna do missiles or are you gonna do an attack? Don't give me the missiles. He's giving me the missiles. Oh, you fucker. Dodge the missiles. Missiles will one-shot you, and it's a fucking pain. This one, you just want to go side to side. Laser after he ends an attack, because he has time to... It takes him a second to actually, like, prep into his next attack. With his punch attacks, you want to dodge when he starts swinging downwards. If you swing too early, or if you dodge too early, then you're not going to dodge the attack. You're just going to take it right to the face. So there's a save time to laser. Oh, missiles again? Fucker. Missiles suck if you haven't noticed. There we go.
To me!
Yeah, camera is by far one of the most important things in the game. I actually went in and here, let me show you, I can show you my settings right now. I'll show you my settings, but I actually turned up the sensitivity. I don't know what it will be like on PC.
This is the target. I'm going to destroy.
Okay. Controls, settings, camera. So you can see the little arrows where it default is. I turned all of them up aside from vertical adjust because I want it to be more responsive. If you go a little bit higher than that, it's, for me personally, on hard mode it's more difficult because you can't lock on. So then having it too high means that it's really hard to, you know, be pinpoint precise with your attacks. This was a horrible time for a laser.
Incoming enemy attack from below.
Make it. Make it. I made it. Shoot the motherfucker in the face. Also, fun fact, in the cutscene before this boss spawns, the bridge is completely horizontal, completely flat. But now that you're actually like running up it, it goes slightly vertical. So kind of a little mistake there. Either that or it's just a perspective trick. I'm not going to fire that off.
Packing in.
Yeah, locking on makes it way easier, but of course you can't lock on hard. It's also why you'll see me doing a lot of, like, I'll be meleeing a dude and shooting in just completely the opposite direction, because I'm not actually aiming towards him. So if you ever see me just shooting way the fuck out there while I'm punching a dude, it's because I don't have lock on enabled. So the gun only tracks where you tell it to track, on console at least, so it can just be way the fuck off from the rhubarb. I actually replaced the lock-on button with the flashlight button on mine, because here's something that's not ever told to you in the tutorial. If you flash the flashlight at enemies, it counts as taunting. So you just do this at dudes and they get pissed off at you and they take 100% more damage and deal 100% more damage. And in hard mode, where, you know, anybody that isn't just an absolute scrub enemy can one-shot you anyways, taunting isn't that bad of a deal because it means you can burn them down a bit quicker.
Send a support request
And you'll
to
know if
command.
you taunt them correctly.
Communications have been jammed.
Let's see if I can do it to these guys. There we go. See how he's taunted? They start steaming like that once you taunt them. And now he takes way more damage. He's taking, well, 50% more. He's taking 12 instead of 8. Oh, you fucker. Come on. There you go. So that's something, it's not useful right now, but there are taunt chips which increase, you know, the damage change from taunting. And I think the absolute lowest one increases it to 100%, but if you manage to get the fuck on the ladder, if you get the absolute highest level 8 taunt chip, taunting enemies increases damage by like 600%. It's ridiculous. Oh, you fucker. And actually, to get through one of the most difficult Colosseums in the game, basically you just set up maximum damage chips. You don't care about defense or health or HUD or anything. You just set up maximum attack with maximum taunt. The strongest, hardest hitting weapons in the game. Oh, that's way too close to be doing a dodge heavy. Your hardest hitting weapons in the game with critical hit chips and taunt chips, and basically all you do is you just taunt enemies and then hit them with 2 small swords in the light and heavy slot, and you just overwhelm them with hits. Because if you land a crit on a taunted enemy with max damage chips, you have something like 3,600% damage multiplier, and you can like 8-shot bosses.
Then access the...
Inadvisable. The subject's vital signs are too poor to attempt field repair in
Shut up!
current...
Just do what I say!
Oh wait, I'm skipping cutscenes. Well, I'm drinking right now.
2B. Just go.
You shut up too!
Ah. Okay, skip. This bit's fun. So because this little guy only attacks even across specific planes, like horizontal planes, your greatest defense is just, you know, dodge vertically and horizontal, or just dodge vertically, up and down. Missiles are easily evaded. Bait them close. Cut across.
I found a weakness in the target. Hacking in to provide support. The control of the enemy's upper arm. Use your pod.
Can you stop using missiles, you
Take it
fat
over.
fucker?
I told you to shut up.
Jesus Christ, is that enough missiles? Alright, so this bit is the only actual dangerous bit of this fight.
Seized from enemy unit. Marking weak point.
Because of these fucking lasers, which will track you. Holy shit. That's kind of like a 50-50 whether you're going to survive or not.
Infiltrating enemy subunit. Behavior table
It's
adjusted.
just like do you happen to dodge at the exact moment when it's going to hit you? If so, you survive. So this part's easy, because what you can do is smack him. Whoop. Didn't do it. Smack him, dodge, smack. Normally the first hit would stagger him and knock him out of the punch, but then you just smack, dodge, smack, dodge, smack. Yeah, 3. And then you're done. So there we go. Prologue complete. Hard mode. First try. A lot of hard mode is basically just learning how the game works. It's half skill. Am I supposed to go to my bedroom? Nope, I'm supposed to go here. It's half skill and half
So, mission complete
just
and
knowing
all
what you
that,
need
huh?
to do.
The Goliaths were wiped out, and we secured a route into enemy territory.
Yeah, if you would have talked shit
Now
if
we
I
can-
died, I would have talked shit too, because I
9S.
practiced the thing
Yeah.
like
Thank you.
4
For-
times over the last week.
You know what? I probably minor
Because I
I
wanted to
see.
make sure I remembered how to actually do it.
glory to mankind.
But like I said, it's mostly knowing how things work. You guys connect to the network. Like the dodge heavy attack being really good for lots of enemies. That's not something that's ever explained to you. It's something you need to learn by doing. So, this is why I always tell people, don't go into Nier on hard mode. You have to do it in normal, because in normal is where you learn all the little intricacies. It's where you build up the muscle memory for repeatedly perfect dodging. It's where you learn how to do, you know, dodge heavy. It's where you learn the distance where you can safely do a dodge heavy attack into a group of enemies. Because if you do it too close, before you swing, they'll have come in and hit you. If you do too far away, you're not going to get as many hits. So that's kind of the hard part. Very hard first try. You didn't do it on very hard. I thought you did it on just... Oh, no, wait. That's right. You did do it on very hard. Oh, right. Actually, I have to do shit here. Let's just set it there. Not good. A little too bright. There we go.
Ma'am, are you there? All right. Are we good now? Oh, thank you. Anyway, that takes care of the settings. Hold on. Your self-destruct permissions are missing. Wait a sec. We need to restore those. I could set it for you. Okay, good. Once you're finished Oh, I see you've turned vibration detection on. Let's run a check to make sure it's working. I'm gonna tap you on the shoulders.
Oh, no,
alright?
very hard. Fuck that.
How was that? Did you feel it? Huh? That's odd. Everything should be set up correctly. Here, let me try somewhere else. I'm gonna tap you on the arm this time, okay? Did you feel that? Huh? Really? Well, if you say so. How about this? How was that? Are you serious? You didn't feel anything just now? Well then, let's try something else. Well? I don't know what's causing this, so we'll need to run some precision diagnostics later. Regardless,
I would suggest
that's
you
the end
take
of
a
the
little
check for
while
now.
longer before trying. And yeah, I just wanted to troll. Night S here. Oh, I can't change those here. Partner balanced. I don't know why people ever take it off balance. Some people prefer like passive, and they're like, "Oh fuck 9S." Screw that. Just fucking leave it on balanced. He's not gonna hit anything if you don't start hitting them first. Like, he doesn't draw aggro
Morning.
unless you mean to draw aggro to begin with. People are always just like, "Oh, I don't want 9S helping me." Fuck that. Just let him whack some shit. Who gives a fuck? Especially on some, like the Jackass
9S.
quest where you have to fight a bunch
commander's
of
that
enemies
mean?
within a time limit.
I
You
see.
want
Oh,
help. Why would you
Though
set
I
him on
suppose
passive
we're
for
not
that?
exactly known for our modesty.
Yeah, don't. Why? Why would you
Niner,
willingly...
stop calling me.
Huh?
Like, he does useful shit. Why would you willingly, what's the word?
Oh,
Cripple
the
yourself
commander
like
better
that?
go.
Yep, I gotta go this way. You've got mail.
You need to be near an access point to save your data. You
Yes,
can
yes,
see
yes.
access points on the close range map. Be sure to save often.
Quick save. Because I'm gonna do a thing. Self-destruct in the satellite. Joke ending. So that's the second joke ending of the game you can get. The first one is, of course, die during the prologue. And that one's really hard to explain to people. It's just like, just go to the bunker and self-destruct. And they're like, really? What's that gonna do? Just fucking do it. Well, there you go. Ending you. Now we get to sit through more loading screens. So, the funny thing here, it says remaining MP 100%. And I'm going to be going on rants about Nier and Nier Automata all the time. The remaining MP thing is because Nier started off from a joke ending from Drakengard. Drakengard ending E, I believe. Which introduced magic into human society, like the normal Earth. Which ended up causing issues called white fluorination syndrome. The MP, the remaining MP, is a reference to the original Nier. Was there another chest up here? Where you had an MP gauge that you actually had to manage, because you know it was a hack and slash RPG. You don't actually have an MP system here. The closest thing is the skill duration, skill cooldown for your pod programs. Other than that, there's no actual MP.
2B. Maintenance finished? Yes, Commander.
Title screen is different.
You detonated
That's
your
because
black
I have
box
a
in order to
100%
defeat the
complete
enemy.
profile.
Bold, but risky.
Yes, it's because
Try
I
not
have
to be
completed
so
the game.
reckless next time.
There are
Understood. I know you're
multiple
fresh out
title
of
screens in the
maintenance, but I
game,
have
depending
another
on your
mission for
progress
you.
through the game.
I need you to head
This
to
one
the
that I
surface,
have is the
rendezvous with
100%
resistance, and do some
completion.
recon.
It's either the
Doesn't
100%
Yorha have
complete
a
or
dedicated
the
resistance contact already?
complete
We
game
haven't
complete.
been
I
able
can't
to get
remember.
in touch with them, so we'll need you to look into that.
You
as
can't
well.
choose them. I just can't
Understood.
remember whether there's actually one for 100% completion. Or if it's tied to my DLC, because I have the DLC.
The surface? That means we'll be getting flight units, huh? Better head for the hangar. Usually we can't get near flight units. They're way too expensive
Oh,
for
fuck,
us
wrong way.
grunts. Too bad they can't mass produce these things yet. Are you carrying enough?
I'm going to buy medium recoveries. Oh, you fucker. How many was I carrying? 6 when I died? 6 or 7. There, 20 should be enough.
Supplies on you? If not, you can always use the terminal in your room to replenish them. The hangar's up ahead.
That's the hangar.
Let's
Don't want to go there because what I want to do is buy myself some more chip capacity. Terminal. Get the fuck in there, 2B. Buy both of the +8 capacities. I don't have any chips, so I can't fuse any. And there's a box that I cannot open. I think the only thing... Well, I'm not going to tell you what's in there. I'm going to haul ass all the way past here. So, the sprint speed chip that you can pick up, and I think you have some, is this. So if you're running, like this, you just run. If you dodge, you go into a sprint. And then you go into a high-speed sprint. You can see because of the speed lines. The sprint speed chip that you have affects this particular bit of it, and also how long it takes to get to this bit. So the more sprint speed chips you have, the faster you get up to top speed, and the higher your top speed is while sprinting. It's useful when you're trying to clear the map. I had 2 different loadouts, because you can save up to 3. I had one exploration loadout, which had a lot of sprint speed increase, dodge distance increase, stuff like that. Is there a thing here? There is a thing here. Dodge distance increase, those kinds of upgrades. And then I had a combat loadout, which didn't have them, because sprint speed isn't really as much of a concern in combat. God damn it. Gotta stop putting my PS4 on the coffee table. Or my controller on the coffee table.
Hey, 2B, why do you think they sent a combat model like you to a recon job? If all they want is intel, we scanner models are built for that kind of thing.
Orders are orders.
Alright, alright.
Level 5. So remember when I said melee's really good for this bit? Yeah.
2B,
It just
you're
wrecks
going to
shit.
have some new weaponry installed from here on out. I'll put up instructions for you.
So,
Make sure
this
to commit them
particular
to
bit
memory.
gives you, I think I've told you about this, Missile Barrage. Missile Barrage is basically an I win button during these sequences. And when you're in this particular configuration, instead of shooting off a single Missile Barrage in like one direction, which is really good for bosses by the way, I will show you what it does here in a second. I need to get to a bit where I can use it. Right here. It does that, which just completely annihilates. Okay, this fucker is annoying. So I'm gonna kill him first, because this guy is not that much of a concern. Get up close and just whack dudes. It's the absolute best way to kill most enemies in this game. Your guns do set damage. They always do 8 damage per shot. Just until you start upgrading them, which you really can't do until much later in the game. And even then, they cap out at 24 damage, I want to say. They just don't do that much. A single hit at level 1 does 170 damage from a small sword. Whack them with your sword. It's the best way to kill shit. Why is my chat not updating? Don't remember you ever used Barrage. Okay, I think you have movement speed chips. Yes, probably don't use Barrage. Yeah, probably you haven't. Shoot the things! Take that wall. So, over here, there is... oh, nothing at the moment. There's another box you can't open. Usually some collectibles spawn over in there. Okay. This opens up. Skip the cutscene. Don't give a fuck.
Target location acquired. Marking on map. Proposal. Proceed to target location.
Oh, you fucker, don't. Oh, there we go. I was afraid it might kick me out of the glide.
Hypothesis. Jamming caused by enemies in local vicinity.
Gonna kill these dudes so I can get the save point. And I'm gonna go pick up my shit.
None of the machines in this area are hostile. We've been seeing more and more enemies like this
Oh my god,
lately.
stop talking.
They just stand there and stare into space. It's pretty weird.
Okay.
Map data
No, you
obtained
fucker.
from bunker.
Oh, you
Data
can
may
stop
be
talking
displayed.
too. Fine. Quick save
The
there.
System menu.
Oh, I can't quick save from the menu when they're talking.
Get an accurate picture from this. Our satellite resolution isn't so hot. Hopefully they deploy some new satellites soon.
A general idea is good enough.
You don't let anything get in your way, do you?
So that little discussion right there is actually the justification for why your map appears like it does. Why it's just kind of like boxy and stuff, and you need to actually go in there and do things to actually fill it out. And mind you, it's not actually a bad justification. I quite like it. They take, you know, gameplay issues and explain them in game. By the way, there's another box here. We're gonna jump up here. We're gonna be killing a lot of dudes. Kill the dudes. Should be dudes up here. There are no dudes up here. No, I just want to read my chat for fuck's sakes. Kill you, open it back up. Live chat. Okay, there we go, live chat. Fucking hell. Maybe I should get my laptop set up. So once I get my sword, I'm going to show you some stuff. And unfortunately, there's one attack that I don't remember off the top of my head how to do, and it's a dashing downwards attack, and I believe it was jump and... There we go. Yep. So if you... Well, I'll go over it later. Give me my sword. Give me my shit. Weapon set 1. Yes, built-in PS4 feature. So, check this out. If I mash the light attack button, I have light attack combo. If I mash the heavy attack button, I have a heavy attack combo. If I hold the light attack button, I have a hold attack. If I hold the heavy attack, once again, hold attack. Swap. So now my light attack is my large sword and my heavy attack is my small sword. That's my hold attack for the large sword. And my light combo for the large sword. And the same thing. Heavy combo for small sword. Heavy hold for large sword. Regardless of the orientation, if you go light into heavy, you will always do this combo. And you can do that just by doing a single light attack, then heavy. Then you can do a... When you're jumping, do triangle and heavy, or triangle and dodge, and you do a dodging attack in midair. And the dodging attack will always go in the direction you're looking, whereas you will dodge in the direction that you're dodging. Like so. And if you do a heavy and dodge, you do a slamming attack. The distance that you go for the slamming attack depends on the weapon. So, that's the large sword, small sword. And then of course there's mid-air attacks. This is all very useful stuff. None of it is explained to you in-game. You are expected to figure all this out. What move? The map is... how are you doing that? Oh, you keep doing this one? That's light into heavy. If you just press triangle and then... Or press square and then triangle. Actually, I think you can do triangle and then square. Nope. If you do triangle and then square, you just do that. Which, once again, has its own perk. So you can do... Throw your small sword and then follow up with a large sword. If you do that, you can focus on one enemy while your large sword swings around and hits some dudes around you. Basically, you want to just sit there. Just go to an empty spot and just play around with the buttons. Just about every combination has some sort of combo between it. And another thing is, weapon combinations depend on what you have equipped based on the category. Small, large, spear, and bracer. So if I do a small sword and my fists, for example, I can do... Oh, no wait, I need to actually have bracers to do it. Unless... Was it heavy sword and fists? I don't remember. I didn't use fists all that much. Okay, so... Yep, doesn't do it. Okay, you actually need bracers to do that. Never mind. But every combination has its own combo. So if you have two small swords, I can't do the same small sword twice. If you have two small swords, you're going to have a different combo than two large swords, then two spears, and two bracers. A small sword and large sword, a small sword and spear, a small sword and bracers. Large sword and spear is one of my personal favorite combos, where you sort of launch forward a bit. Yeah, jump triangle. That's... Motherfucker. That one. It's heavy and dodge in midair. Or did you mean this one? Not that one. This one. That's holding light attack while you have a small sword. This is holding light attack while you have a heavy sword. I won't be able to tell what you're talking about because there's a lot of attacks that launch you forward. This is technically an attack. If you hit an enemy with it, you'll do damage. This is an attack. Motherfucker. This is an attack. This is an attack that launch you forward. You know, there's... Launch you forward a bit. It's kind of a not very useful descriptor. You don't think it was any of those? Was it just this? Or was it... Wait. Was it this? So, the way there's... I forgot another set, which is dodging heavy attacks. And... Is it dodging light attacks as well? Nope. So, when you're... If you're standing perfectly still and you're just running and you press a heavy attack, you do a heavy attack. However, after you press the dodge button and you go into the sprint animation, or even just after you press the dodge button, pressing the heavy attack button does a dashing heavy attack. So, normal heavy, dashing heavy. And if you have the light sword equipped to your heavy slot, you get that. I feel like you've seen so many similar moves, I'm not even sure which one you keep doing now. There's a lot of different moves, and honestly, a lot of them do a lot of the same stuff. The real big difference is there's really two categories as far as I can tell between attacks, and that's single target attacks and area of effect attacks. So, let's do Virtuous Contract. So this is single target, right? You hit one dude. Yeah, you might hit dudes behind him, but you're hitting one dude. If you do a heavy attack, you're hitting around in an area. Well, unless you do that. Right? Now, if you swap it, light attack with the big sword, single target. You're not hitting an area. Heavy attack with the small sword, though, once again, it's still single target. It's just more damaging single target now. But they also change, so if you half charge like that, a heavy attack with a small or a large sword, you do some real good damage to a single target. If you fully charge it, you get an area of effect attack. If you do a hold attack with a small sword as a light, you do that, which is kind of a dashing forward area of effect attack. Once again, holding light attack with a large sword gives you a single target attack, whereas holding heavy with the small sword, single target attack. So really, you don't really need to memorize what each individual attack does. You can take that with time. You don't need to just learn them all now, because they're not all going to be that particularly important. What you just need to remember is how to chain them into, you know, different attacks. So, single target, I'm going to use the large sword single target attack. Lots of knockback. I'm going to go back over to this guy. A holding half charge heavy attack on this guy is a single target. So, nope, that's dashing. Half charge, and he's not even close. It's actually kind of hard to do a half charge charging attack, because most of the time you're going to be sprinting. And there we go. 49 damage. Area of effect. Fuck that guy. You just kind of need to play around with it. Hold attack small sword as light. This one. Yeah, and that one's actually pretty decent. When you're going into a bunch of enemies, because you're going to be coming in lower than them, generally you can get a couple hits in when they're not expecting it. There's some stuff in here that I can grab. I think I'm going to grab it quick. Also, fun fact, there is a side quest in here. Nothing in here to grab. Although we can't do it now. I love the dodging heavy attack because it's such a safe attack that on hard mode it's basically like a cheese. Whoop, no, fucker. So, if you'll notice, there's this broken wall here. And if you hop out through here and hop back in through here, there's a hidden room with gold ore and a chest. It's an item that is completely worthless. Oh, stairs aren't on this side, they're on this side. I think I've grabbed all the items. Yep, grabbed them all. And rather than make my way back down, I'm just gonna go this way.
Hey, 2B!
Useful if done intentionally. Keep putting myself in a bad position with it, doing it on accident though. Yeah, just don't hold the button. And like I said, I'm trying to figure out what else to say. Just go to an area where there are no enemies and just play around with it. Just push all the different buttons, come up with every combination of buttons you can think of, and just kind of like ingrain them in your memory. The vast majority of the time, tapping light into heavy is good enough for almost everything. It's very rare that you're going to need something else. Occasionally you'll swap into, you know, the large sword as light, because this particular combo is really good for doing damage. You know, you'll do that, and then do that if it's a boss that doesn't have a very long damage phase, and just keep doing that. Once you get the spear and you can do a large sword with spear, then that's a really good... The light into heavy large sword with spear combo is really good for clearing out large amounts of enemies. It just like clears entire fucking crowds. And that's basically all you need. You can clear the entire game with these two swords and the large sword and spear. That's basically... It's like Dead Space, where you can clear the entire game with the starting... plasma cutter. They're just really good, really solid, dependable weapon sets. Just upgraded your spear. Yeah, that's good. So at level 2 and at level 4 for every weapon, you unlock the first and second special ability.
So this is the resistance camp, huh?
And
We should probably
basically,
go talk to
not
their
only do you
leader
get
first
increased
thing.
damage with those particular weapons, but you also get abilities that generally come from chips to have to get them.
Please.
And some of them you can't even get in chips. So, you want to upgrade them as much as possible, obviously. Good old plasma cutter, yep. I actually have a replica, the pre-order bonus replica plasma cutter from Dead Space 2. I still have it somewhere. I'm just gonna go ahead and steal all these guys' shit. Because free shit is always good. Oh, no, you fucker. Oh, wait, let's talk to this bitch first. Oh, no, god damn it. Oh. What happened to Visceral Studios? I heard that Dead Space 4 apparently was still potentially in the works. They were thinking about it. Actually, you know what?
Okay.
Yep. This is why I always
Everything
go
the supply
collect my
trader
body
asked for.
first. Because this guy generally, you can get his thing knocked out just by
Man,
picking up
these
all the
chores are a
shit you
real
need
pain in the
from
butt, huh?
The Resistance is a
the
valuable
prologue.
ally to Yorha.
Acquired by
helping
EA
them,
and closed.
we
That
also help
sucks.
ourselves. So no, I don't think they're a pain.
Yeah.
Ah, the old ship of Theseus. Or was it ship of Theseus? I'm just gonna go ahead and buy a fuckload of heavy or medium recovery. I'm not gonna be getting any real chips anytime soon, so I'm not particularly interested in getting any chip capacity at the moment. For new players, where you need to learn how to use chips, it's really good to have chip capacity. I'm just gonna do automatic. Actually, no, fuck it. Customize. Equip chips. So, skill gauge, don't need that. Enemy data, don't need that. Objectives, that's good. Text log. Save points, don't need that because I know where I can save. Damage values, don't need that. Controls, don't need that. Optimize. Actually, yeah, let's do enemy data. So I can see how much health they have. And auto use item. I have 36 more spaces. Don't care.
This must have been quite a city once upon a time. Too bad vegetation's claimed most of it now.
Oh, you fucker. Oh, you fucker. Die.
Operator 60 to 2B. It is time for your regularly scheduled contact.
I'm now at
This
the point
is
where I
2B.
don't particularly
Nothing
care
to
if I die,
Good to hear.
because I'm not going to get kicked back to
How's
the
the weather
loading
on Earth
screen,
today?
and I have no
Good?
chips in
It's
any
fine.
note,
Does that question have anything to do with our
so
operation?
who gives a fuck?
Not really. I just figured it might feel nice to have some good
Oh,
weather.
was that medium?
Feeling
Fuck,
nice
that was
has
medium.
no bearing on
God damn it, I
completing
thought I was on
missions.
smalls.
That is so like you, 2B. Anyway, talk to you later.
Running, running, running. So generally you can get by decently okay in terms of level if you just kill all the dudes you run into. It's not mandatory, but it's a good way of getting experience and making sure you're caught up on that.
This is the place that
So
weapons
these
trader
dudes
was talking about. Uh-oh.
will wreck your shit.
I'm picking up hostile machine life force.
They have a fuckload of health. So, I'm gonna taunt them so I can increase how much health they have, or how much damage they take. And then I'm gonna get one shot because I dodged just a hair too fucking early. I don't care about the message. I should have just slid through that. That was kind of bullshit actually, because I dodged through that attack. So, it wasn't actually bullshit. The time frame you have to execute a dodge is on PlayStation 4 with 30 frames per second, 10 frames. I don't know what it is on PC, and this was the last save spot that I used. Thank Christ. This is gonna suck. So it's about 8 to 10 frames, which means you have to be pretty fucking close to actually be able to perfect dodge an attack. Dodging also, at times, it's kind of, I don't know if it's intentional, but it can give you iframes. So for example, during the big boss fight, he slammed down his fist at one point and dropped it right on top of me while I was in the middle of dodging, and it didn't do any damage and it didn't count as a perfect dodge. I was just invincible during that particular bit. And it's kind of half and half whether or not that's actually going to happen. I believe it's 30 FPS. It's either 30 or it's uncapped 30 up to 60. I have the stream set to 60 FPS, but It's not always 60 FPS, I do know that. Might be 45. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's not set, or it's not unlimited. It is a set frames per second, and it's always locked to that because they do, like I said, you have 8 to 10 frames. All their animations are set to frames. This is actually a problem on not PlayStation, on PC. When you set the frame rate high enough, the engine kind of wonks the fuck out, and it breaks certain cutscenes if you have more than like 80 FPS, because the engine wasn't designed to handle it. So on PlayStation, it's a lot lower. What was I saying? Yes, sometimes dodges does give you invincibility frames, and you can dodge through attacks that you shouldn't have been able to dodge through because you have invincibility during it.
I'm picking up hostile machine life forms.
When you really shouldn't. Taunt. Okay, I'm just gonna do one guy at a time this time. Taunting is so useful because it lets you kill dudes really fast. It's also really dangerous because they can kill you really fast. I think that's all. Is that all my items? Yes, it is.
Let's get these back to the trader.
Still gonna pick up items while I'm here, though. VSync. I wish I knew what that did. Presumably it just syncs your game frame rate to the sync of your video output. Or of your video device. Of your fucking screen. Oh, fuck, I can't do that. Go through that little gap. Alright, John, so the thing I was trying to show you before, if you do this, look up the skirt, and she does that. If you do that 10 times, you get a trophy. Sweet! 2 beers has not entirely inhibited my ability to think, although it has fucked with my ability to speak, slightly. Fuck this guy in particular. Common video game trope. There's a treasure chest behind the waterfall.
This must have been quite
Well, you have to do it 10 times.
At
At least 10 times, and on PC it's kind of bugged. I've heard people doing it like 30 or 40 or 50 times.
Operator 60 to 2B.
Oh.
It is time for your regularly scheduled contact.
This is 2B. Nothing to report.
Good
Nothing
to hear.
for me to steal, is there?
Say,
Nope.
how's the weather on Earth today? Good?
It's fine. Does that question have anything to do with our operation?
Not really. I just figured it might feel nice to have some good weather.
Feeling nice has no bearing on completing
Yeah,
missions.
I think I remember that now as well.
That is so like you, 2B. Anyway, talk to you later.
Why do I need to talk to this lady? I already talked to this lady. There we go. Fix that. So the small sword is the absolute most useful sword I will be using. Ancient Overlord has a second ability that I'm not going to explain, but is actually really good. Beastbane has a 5-hit like combo, which is, for level 1, I believe is the same as a level 2 Virtuous Contract. Yes, it's the same as a level 2 Virtuous Contract. So if you pick up Beastbane and at level 1 and then a level 2... Well, no, it's not that big of a deal. You can't do light and heavy. Anyways, Beastbane. It's good. Yes. I think I'm gonna do this, get to the apartment complex, and then call it a night. That's just light. What time is it? Oh, I've only been streaming an hour and a half. Yeah, I'm gonna do another half hour.
Coordinates confirmed for location specified by Resistance Leader.
Understood, 042. Placing marker on target.
Every time I see the You've Got Mail notification, I hear the AOL.
Ready before you go.
You've got mail. I didn't pick up any bore writing stuff because I'd rather just kill shit. Why is there an indicator here? Oh, that's right, because I died. I have to go pick up my body. Retrieve. Don't care about plug-in chips. Like I said, I have one that I'm not going to be using all that much.
Plant life has claimed most of the central area. Big plants, too.
Report. Records show that vegetation has grown to an abnormal size since the departure of humans.
Wonder if there are any huge boars and such, too.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, see what I mean about enemy attacks taking priority?
Hypothesis.
Oh, you fucker.
Vicinity.
I was literally doing a slamming downwards dodge attack, and I managed to just barely catch the back end of his hand, and it fucked me up. Alright, so there's a safe point that you probably want to pick. Well, you're already past the point where you need to find it. Big dude. Shoot the big dude. Shoot the big dude some more. Remember, aggression is your friend on hard mode. The more aggressive you are, the higher your chances of staggering the enemy, and if you're not about to stagger them, dodge. Most of the time, just trust your instincts. If you feel like, oh, this dude's not about to go down, I'm gonna dodge, you're gonna dodge at the exact time when they're gonna hit, and you're gonna pull off a perfect dodge by doing so. Whack the dude. Bait and attack. Oh, I don't have to because 9S staggered him for me. See, this is why 9S is useful. Knock him down. And heavy attack. Stagger him. Dodge. And I'll even do a down attack. Honestly, the shield pod really isn't all that useful. I mean, yeah, you can use it whenever you feel like it. It's really not all that useful. Even when you get the absolute max upgraded version, it's still not all that useful. Also, here's the little thing. See the grass? And see the sand? When you transition from grass into sand, like so, you stagger. So what you want to do, and this also applies to, I believe it's not here, it's these stone bits. When you get here, you come down, oh, you just drop. Anyways, you just want to dodge through stuff. It's the same with bushes. You can dodge through bushes, otherwise you'll stagger. You can dodge through changes from, you know, dirt and concrete into, you can dodge through transitions into sand and you won't stagger. They're just like little things that are slightly annoying. So these are all easy mode chips. You cannot use them except in easy mode, so I'm just going to sell them. These are worthless. I will never be using them. These are all upgrade materials. I do not want to fuck with them. Whoop. Give me your XP. Pray. Retrieve. I mean, if the shield pod works for you, I mean, you do you. I never saw a particular point to it.
The Council of Humanity has a message for all of our brave androids fighting on the surface.
So there's a hidden path back here.
Currently, our struggle against the machine life forms is at a stalemate.
Normally you don't want to go this way, because you're just going to get absolutely schwacked by enemies.
But now is not the time to give up.
But I'm going to do it, because if I remember right, there's a chest over here that has some decent stuff in it.
Several 100,000 humans
Fuck you guys.
want nothing more than to return to Earth.
Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys.
Those council broadcasts are always so stiff.
There's a thing I can't open over there.
Report. Mail notification received from access point.
Where was that chest again? Is an opening generator? Yeah, you know what else is an opening generator? Just walk up to them. Or just dodge in their general direction. Memory alloy, fuck yeah, upgrade materials. That also takes me over to this bit, which is over by where Jackass is. Come on. Most enemies are gonna attack you once you get within decent proximity of them. So another opening generator is to just get up in their face, or shoot them with the laser program. That also does. You know, it knocks them down, like you saw with the medium-sized bipods. It knocks them on their ass. And it also does. Yeah, I mean, you can say the same thing for... Watch. There's an opportunity to attack. And there's an opportunity for counterattack. Opportunity for combo. Never needed a shield. Oh look, there's a dude. And laser. You know, shield doesn't do damage. Shield doesn't actually help you kill a dude any faster. Shield just helps keep you alive. If you need an opportunity to attack, just dodge. Dodge, smack him with your sword, hit him with the laser. You don't need enemy tells. You don't need to see them actually preparing to attack. Medium bipods, I'm going to tell you right now. Any enemy that doesn't have a ranged attack, as soon as you get close enough to them that they can hit you, they will then start preparing to hit you. See these guys? They don't have a way to hit me up close. They're shooty dudes. So they're just going to stand there and shoot me. I can get as close as I want. This dude right here? Whoop. See? Didn't even need to tell you. Just get close enough. He starts. Once again. Get up close. And he starts attacking. Every enemy will attack you based on proximity. You don't need tells. You don't need to bait them and then all that kind of stuff. So, get up close. Get up close. Get up close. That one was kind of bullshit because it was a shockwave. Get up close. Get up close. You know, just get in their general... Get up in their face, and they will attack you. You don't need to know anything else besides that. And if you're using it because it's easy and it's kind of a crutch, then you're kind of doing it wrong. Hard mode is just gonna shit all over you later. Well, against bosses, there's not that many bosses that use melee attacks, and those that do use melee attacks, the shield isn't gonna stagger them. It's gonna prevent you from dying, but it's not gonna stagger them and give you opportunity to attack.
Hey, our
No,
leader
there's-
told me all about you. Name's Jackass.
Later
Nice to
bosses
meet ya.
are basically
I hear
either
you're planning to
DPS
take out all
checks
the
that
machines in the
find out
desert?
can you do enough
Guess that means
damage,
we need
or
to get that
they're
entrance open.
do you understand the mechanics.
Looks like it.
If you use a
So,
melee shield
Jack
pod program,
Ass, was it?
yeah, you can prevent yourself from dying
what are
from
you
them
doing all the way
smacking
out
you
here?
in the face. But what are you going to
Oh,
do for
that?
the other,
Well,
however long is it, 45 seconds?
wouldn't want to have anyone getting tangled up
Yeah,
in
you're
that,
kinda screwed
now
there.
would we? Don't go trying to be a hero, alright?
That's why it's not that the shield program is useless, it's that in the later game its usefulness
Who
becomes
opens a shield
extremely
gate with
limited.
Explosives. There's gotta be an easier way, right?
Especially when enemies then start mixing it, because you can only either have the melee or the ranged shield program. You can't use both of them. Well, you can, for a reason I'm about to show you. Where the fuck am I? Where's the doorway? Oh, there it is. But for the most part, you know, you have to pick. Are you going to dodge against melee or are you going to dodge against ranged? Well, guess what? Most enemies will do both, and they'll alternate between the two, and they'll choose which one works best based on where you are. Yeah, body recovery, I guess, is useful. But then once again, are you going to use the melee or the range? You can't use both at the same time. But, let me show you a cool thing here. See that big fucking sand dune right there? We're going there.
This sand sure is slippery.
So remember how you were asking about the sound waves chip? And that was the thing. The sound waves chip is to find this item that I am about to show you. And that only works for this particular reason, and that's why it's a complete waste of money. Do you see that little dark thing right there? That is what the sound waves chip lets you find. Do you hear that? That high-pitched beeping? It's coming from the right side.
Is this a pod?
That's what this is for.
The owner
That's
just
literally
started
the
this
entire
pod and
reason
left
that
it
the
in safe
pod,
mode.
or that
Motives
chip
unknown.
exists.
Why was it abandoned?
That's it.
Pod, reactivate it for me. If it's usable, try to overwrite the original owner with my ID.
Activation complete. Access granted. Previous owner ID successfully overwritten. Special weaponry now available.
Yeah, I think they only included it because people were bitching that shit was hard to find. So there you go. Now we have a Gatling gun and missiles. This is a godsend on hard mode because you cannot lock on normally, but it doesn't matter. Missiles have their own lock-on functionality. Behold, as I now no longer ever have to worry about pointing my gun at dudes. Now, missiles give up the functionality of counteracting, you know, the red balls, but they exchange it for the constant damage. Oh, you fucker. The damage bonus of, you know, just shooting dudes. I don't ever have to worry about aiming anymore. I just spent a medium recovery. So this is useful. Another useful thing. Pod programs. You can have separate programs for your pods. I only have one program at the moment, but I can now have 2 pod programs available to me, and I just swap by using the D-pad. It's not OP because it really doesn't do that much damage. It's OP once you get to, you know, pod upgrade level 4. Then it gets a bit nuts. But to get to pod upgrade level 4 requires stupid amounts of material, and you're probably around level 99 around that point anyways. And the third pod program is the actual, or the third pod is the actual really good one. Because I mean, look at how much damage this does. Meh. If I switch to my gun, oh, they're already dead anyways. Single target damage, the gun does better. It does 6 damage per shot, whereas the missiles do 12 damage per hit, but you only fire 4 missiles at once. So you do 48 damage per shot, and that's the equivalent of, what is that? 6 shots from the Gatling gun. You know, it's not all that great. Here's the Oasis. This is a really cool place. You want to come here because There's items here. There's a
Commencing fishing.
oil-soaked, pond, which has very specific. This has fish that can only be found in this pond, and they can be at times extremely valuable. Hopefully, I'm gonna pull one of them. Like that.
Unknown object.
Oil sardine. Fuck yeah. And there's another reason why we came here. Quick save. I can't transport back. Anyways. I think I'm gonna call it here because there's a side quest I want to do. And honestly, it's gonna take like half an hour, and I'm kind of tired from the alcohol. But there's a side quest that involves going to a place, talking to a person, and then she requests a thing. And the thing is a rose that can only be found in this oasis. In fact, it spawns either over here. There's a chest, by the way. It either spawns over in this corner, or it spawns back here in this corner. You want to pick it up and give it to her, because then you get shit. No, I'm not going to catch a mackerel. Besides, you can't catch mackerel except in a place that I can't get to yet. It's a story-locked location. And why would I catch mackerel? Jackfish gives me, or Jackass gives me one for free. Jackfish.
Commencing fishing.
That's a thing. Oh, just wait till I start showing you all the hidden areas that you never knew about with the extra bonus bosses, because you don't even go anywhere near them, nor are they even hinted at in the game whatsoever. And you basically need a guide to find them, which is how I found them. Give me one more fish. Give me a fish. Give me a fish. Come here, fish. Come on, you fishy fuck.
Report
right, fuck
complete.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. If you have any questions, John, you can message me on Discord. And if it's particularly in-depth and I can't explain it through text, I'll just save it for the next stream, and then I can demonstrate stuff. Hopefully, the real big thing that I was hoping you would get from the stream was, like, dodging, figuring out dodging. It's really hard to explain the dodging mechanics without you seeing it, but, with the 2 arm bosses on the bridge before the big-ass boss shows up during the prologue, I hope you kind of saw me do, like, chain 9 perfect dodges together, and you can see kind of the tempo of how you chain perfect dodges. That's something you pick up just with experience, and hopefully you can figure out the tempo from doing it from there. The combos are really hard to explain, once again, in text. Hopefully the whole, hey, hold square and you do this, hold triangle and you do this. If I can show you and tell you how to do it at the same time, hopefully that helps. And yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm gonna call it here. See you, dude. Good night.